welcome back to the Ironman, everyone. At the moment, Leos has faced his fears and he's come into the swamps of Reetwater because he is now playing a healer, and I am trying to show him where all the Azov springs are so he can level up Arcana. So I take him down. Now, you'll know if you've watched previous... So this is a PvP Ironman for anyone who's new. So basically, I can't trade. I have to craft everything myself and collect everything myself. And it's a PvP Ironman because I always remain PvP flagged, unless we're like doing a dungeon. So at the moment, Leos has switched over to a healer. And so he wants to level up Arcana, so I'm kind of showing him the little Arcana route. Now, if you've watched the other videos, you'll know that he's got an absolute mortal phobia of crocodiles. So hence the reason this was actually quite a brave thing for him to do, to come down. Alright, I'll face the elephant in the room. I know everyone's thinking it. Yes, I've gone back to melee. Basically, I just enjoy fighting with melee more. I find it kind of a little bit more rewarding personally. And yeah, so I was just trying out Sword and Shield and Hammer because I want to be tanking on that. But for PvP, I want to go Bruiser, so Great Axe, Warhammer. So at the moment, the goals for this section of the Ironman was to get my... because I want to make the PvE gear from the Winter Festival, because it goes straight to 600, it's got corruption resistance, so it'll be good to start tanking with. The goal is to do some dungeons on my... as a DPS, so I'll go Great Axe, I think Great Axe Hatchet or something like that, and then kind of get used to the dungeons, and then work up, and then get a tank gear, and then start tanking. So that's kind of the PvE focus, the road to M10. So in order to do that, I need to get my leathering. I've already got the weaving up to 200, but I need to get my leathering and mining up to... No, not the mining, the smeltering up to 200. So that's what I've been working on, because then I'll get the Asmodium and the runic leather to make the gear. So yeah, it'd be so easy if I could buy it, but you know, it'll be rewarding when I've made it. So that's the plan at this stage. So I've been running around in my tanking gear, and then I see this dude, and of course the rules of the PvP Ironman is I have to attack people on sight. That's what I do. At first, I thought he was just going to run away, and as a heavy... I'm wearing heavy armor at the moment, so that would have just been like... I mean, I would never have caught him. But then he decides to try to fight me. He's obviously got a void gauntlet, so I just start heavy attacking him. Managed to kill the pig. And I realized that I'm sort of standing in a bad spot, so I just reposition myself. Try to catch him in a stun, but completely miss it. But I catch him in that stun. Get him in the light attack chain. He tries to go for the hatchet. I block it a little bit, trying to catch him in a stun. He drinks a potion. So it's kind of resets the fight. I get him in a stun there, so I get a few good wallops off on him on my Warhammer. He's just... It's quite hard because he was getting heals from the Void Gauntlet, but my heavy attacks finish him off. So I come back, you can see that my leathery working is at 181, so I build 81 layered leather, and that gets me up one spot. But I'm closing in. Okay, I'm just pushing right in now. Yeah, so me and Leos knew that it's about time we actually have to start really, because we're getting up close now where we can start picking our gear from the PvP track and getting stuff in dungeons, so we kind of knew it was time to really sort of pick a build and kind of stick with it, because I have been slightly flip-flopping, although I've been kind of sticking with melee theme mostly apart from last time. And so what we did is we got on our legacy characters, so this is not the Ironman characters, and we played a few builds. So I played healer, we played mage, and then I jumped on the Bruiser, and man, it just brought back all those old memories, because I used to do Bruiser a long time ago, like quite early. And it all just came flooding back to me, and it was just so good. Like, just love being in the middle of the battle, just swinging the axe, just so much fun. So yeah, that was kind of, it was at this point where I decided I wanted to go Bruiser, and Leos was like quite enjoying healing, so I think that's where we're going. And so with that said, here I am on the Warhammer and the Great Axe, and here I'm getting the Iron Hide. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a... I don't know, leathering is kind of like intuitive, I guess. You get all the normal leather so you can make coarse leather, and then you go to, I think it's Morningdale I go to get the coarse, to the thick hide, and then I come out here to get the iron hide, and then I just make sure I'm always stocked up on the least amount of one is the one I go do. So leathering was actually kind of like one of the not easier but more kind of like, I don't know, just rewarding ones to level up. So I'm just going hard out on getting leather, so I can get that up to 200. I want that PvE gear. So you can see here, this is the gear that I want to make. Not this stuff, this stuff here. I want to make strength, and I have everything but the runic leather, so that is why I'm so focused on leathering right now. Then we got call to arms. The Covenant signal was in the sky. The marauders, the dirty marauders, were zerging the hell out of an area. And so me and Leos came to defend. It was 2 versus 30. It usually would be alright odds against borders. It was like a 2v15. But 2v30 was a little bit too much. But I've found my way of having fun in the shape of just knocking people on their ass. And with that fun over, it's back on the thick hide grind again. But then who decides to show up? But one of those cowardly greens. Now we've got even odds, so we'll see who wins the fight. You can't win with your little zerg now, you little green person.
Do you know who Brian Green is?
So yeah, they're running for their life. Finished them off. Problem is, now that I've made so much leather and mining, all my mats are running out again. It's the constant bottleneck. So I come back on my little mat runs so I can keep that chain rolling, but that's really slowing things down because every time I want to go and make some leather or I want to do some smeltering, I'm limited because I have limited mats now, so that starts to slow things down quite considerably. Still doing the gear score every day, so actually I have now got all my armor up to 600, I've got my Warhammer up to 600, my Great Axe is still like getting to 600, it's like about 579 here, but well, 583 here, but I think it's at the end of this video about 590, and my jewelry is kind of 580, 590 by the end of the video, but I'm working on it, and this is where I turn that Fury hammer that I got into, yeah, that's like the best hammer I've got, so for now that's the thing that I'm going to start to level up to 625 because I don't have anything else that I'm working on doing that at the moment. Oh, apart from the leather gloves. Unfortunately, I've already made this video, so I can't like just move it and show you, but the leather gloves are actually pretty decent. They've got resilience and shaking fortification on them, so they're the best I can get right now too. So starting to get decent gear. Come on, grind harder, harder. Get myself to 190, so now I'm on the final lap. I can see the end now. One thing that is coming along really nicely is stone cutting. Like I said, it's the 150s, and I feel like I haven't really leveled it at all. It's just been all through kind of other stuff, so I'm liking that. And then I discover that if you want good leather, blimmin' kill bison, because they give you, especially thick leather, sorry, they give you a lot of leather when you manage to kill one. The problem is trying to kill them when you're meaty, but no, it's all good. So that changed my strat a little bit. I got way more thick hide by killing the bison. And then I realized I've been running around with some feet with decks on it, which was fine when I was running the greatsword, but absolutely not a good idea now that I'm playing Bruiser. So I go and make myself some boots, and then I show Leo's because I think they look amazing. Justin Weaver, get over here. Okay, you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the most amazing thing you're ever going to see in your life?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Tell me you don't love them. Look at Leo's. He's just standing there thinking, I just want to end it.
Nice, fuck.
Yes, there we are. 200 leatherworking.
Wow.
I finally did it. I finally took 200 leather, and then of course with that, I can now make some runic leather. Of course, now that I have the runic leather sorted, I can actually make the first PvE set from the Winters Festival. So I'm like really stoked. So that's kind of like the first piece that I need to get so I can start doing dungeons proper. So there you go, everybody. Yay. And do you know what that means? Now I have to get the Osmodium. So it's back to collecting iron, the star metal, and the orichalcum. Okay, so now everyone can relax. I've said it properly. And yeah, so back on the grinds. So as I came to get some orichalcum, I was like, hey, they're all corrupted down there. I'll wear my new PvE set. So there it is. My first little handcrafted level 600 piece of gear. Leos does me a solid and gives me a whole bunch of obsidian flux, and then I tried to give him something to reward him. And with some intensive mining over the next day, I get myself also up to 200 smeltering. And then I can make my first Osmodium. So it's all coming together. So my wood chopping is like, what do you call it? Anyway, is like almost 200. It's like 186. So I figured that'll be the next thing I work on. So OPRs have been going really well. I actually didn't show it, but I've got I think I said this before. I've got some medium gloves, and I've also got a chest piece which have they have resilience and shirking fortification, and one of them is resilience and shirking heals. But either way, that's the best I've got. But that's a big step up from what I've been doing. So I've been finding that my survivability, you can see here that I can get in amongst it and sort of have a good punch up. But I also need to back up every now and then, just to get my health back. You'll see it shortly, a really good example of it. If I'm on my legacy Bruiser, I can really get in there and stay in the fight for a really long ass time, and I don't really have to back off too much. But because, you know, I don't have the best gear on this guy, I've got to be really, really careful. So you can see there, I kind of go in, cause some trouble, but then I, you know, like even just standing in the hills like that, I'm taking damage. I need to back up a little bit, just get my health back up before I come back in. Also, because my gear score is still quite low, I actually only have 293 strength and 200 cons, so I'm not really hitting that hard. And my great axe is 616 or something, so could also be higher. So it would be nice, and I guess, but the main thing is that the gear is starting to come now. Like I feel like I've passed this little threshold where I'm noticing that I have better survivability and can take a bit more of a punch in the face. But having said that, as you can see in these, I still need to be a lot more careful than if I was on my legacy Bruiser, which is just like best gear really. Anyway, friends, it's time to say goodbye once again. But I hope you enjoyed the Ironman today. So yeah, definitely noticing a gear increase is starting to kick in now, and all my armor's at 600, so I'm definitely noticing things are starting to get better. So over the next week, I hope you get all my PvE starting gear, so should be kicking off a little bit more in terms of the PvP and PvE. But yeah, as usual, I will leave you to with the beautiful music of the Everfellas.